So here we're asked to solve the equation. This might be a little bit longer because we're actually asked to do it three different ways. We're asked to solve it by graphing, factoring, and taking the square root. So to start by graphing, we're splitting it into two different equations here. We're graphing it when y is equal to 5 and when y is equal to 2x squared plus 3. So when it's equal to 5, it's just a horizontal line here. And when we're solving this, we're trying to figure out what x is equal to when they cross. So in this one here, to graph 2x squared plus 3, we can, when in doubt, we can plug in some x values here. So when x is equal to 0, 2 times 0 squared is just 0. Y is 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. X is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Times 2 is 2. Plus 3 is 5. If I plug in -1 squared is 1. Times 2 is 2. Plus 3 is 5. And so what we see there already is we already cross here when x is equal to 1 and when x is equal to -1. So now to solve by factoring here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it all equal to 0 by subtracting 5 here, which we get 2x squared minus 2 equals 0. So to factor, I'm actually going to take 2 out of each of these here to get 2 times x squared minus 1 equals 0. And now I know this is we could factor this in a couple of different ways. I'll go ahead and use the x factor here. But if I say that the c value is on the bottom, -1, b value of 0, we get 1 and -1 because 1 times -1 is equal to -1, and 1 plus -1 is 0. So again, I technically get 2 times x plus 1 and x minus 1, but the nice part here is that, again, since it's all multiplication, we don't really need to worry about the 2 because if one of these values is equal to 0, then the whole thing is equal to 0. So x plus 1 is 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. And so now just solving it to get what we already know is the answer, which is x is equal to -1 and x is equal to +1. And lastly, solving square roots. So we have 2x squared plus 3 equals 5. We want to solve here, subtract 3, for x squared. So we get 2x squared equals 2. Divide both sides by 2. Running low on room here, but we get x squared equals 1. Got to take the square root of both of these. The square root of 1 is just 1, but remember it could be +1 or -1. So we get x is equal to plus or minus 1. So there we go. We got positive and -1 in all three of our methods.